Namaskar, myself Pratik. In this session, we will discuss phase 2 for generation of rules for improving a priori algorithm by pruning the item sets. Let us start this session. As discussed in previous session, we have two members in frequent 3 item list, that is L3. In this session, we will generate the rules for these members of L3. Let us consider these members one by one. Let us first create the rules for I1, I2 and I3. Here we have two frequent 3 item sets. One is I1, I2, I3, while second is I1, I2 and I5. We have to create rules for these frequent 3 item sets. Let us consider first frequent item set, that is I1, I2 and I3. You know that in first step we have to create all non-empty subsets. So its non-empty subsets are I1, I2, I3. One subset will be I1, I2. Another will be I1, I3. So you can see here. And last subset will be I2, I3. So it has 3 possible subsets. One is I1, second is I2, third is I3. Fourth one is I1, I2. Fifth one is I1, I3, and sixth one is I2, I3. So these are 6 non-item subsets. Now for these subset we have to create rule by considering S to L minus S. Here S refers to subset while L refer to the list. So we have to create rules for each subset by considering S to L minus 1. So let's consider this first S, that is I1. So its rule will be I1 to L minus S. So here L is I1, I2, I3. We have to remove S from this. So it will be I2 and I3. So L minus S will be I2, I3. So first rule will be I1 to I2, I3. For I2 the rule is I2 to I1, I3. And same way the rule for I3 will be I3 to I1, I2. The next subset is I1, I2. So its rule will be I1, I2 to I3. So this is the rule. For next subset the rule will be I1, I3 to I2. So this is the rule. And for last one the rule will be I2, I3 to I1. So these are the rules. These are the 6 possible rules for this frequent 3 item set, that is I1, I2 and I3. Then in next step we have to check its confidence. So let's check the confidence for first rule. So it will be support of I1, I2, I3 divided by support of I1. We have the values of all these supports in L3, L2 and L1. Here it involves I1, I2, I3 and I1. So you can see that the frequency of I1, I2, I3 is 2. While in L1 we have the frequency of each individual item. The frequency of I1 is 6. So based on this we find out its confidence. So it will be 2 by 6, which is 0.3. Same way we have to find out the confidence for next items. For next rule it will be support of I2, I1, I3 divided by support of I2. This is 0.28. For next it will be support of I3, I1, I2 divided by support of I3, which is 0.4. For next item set it will be support of I1, I2, I3 divided by support of I1 and I2. The support of I1 and I2 will be available in L2. So you can refer L2 to find out its support. So its support is 4. So this will be 2 by 4, which is 0.5. Next rule is I1, I3 to I2. So its confidence will be support of I1, I3, I2 divided by support of I1 and I3, which is 0.5. And same way you can find out the confidence for last rule, that will be support of I2, I3, I1 divided by support of I2, I3, and in this case it is 0.5. So all of these rule has confidence value less than 0.7. This is the threshold value of confidence. So no rule qualify for this threshold value. So we have to ignore all these rules. Now let us check for next 3 item set, that is I1, I2 and I5. So in next step, we will create the rules for these three item sets I1, I2 and I5. So these are its rule. In first step, we have to create its subset. So its subset will be I1, I2, I5. Another subset will be I1, I2, I1, I5 and I2, I5. Then you know that we have to create 6 rules by following S to L minus S. So first is I1. So rule will be I1 to I2, I5. Second will be I2 to I1, I5. Third will be I5 to I1, I2. So these are the 3 rules due to individual items. Then for pair I1, I2, this will be subset. For this, the rule will be I1, I2 to I5. For next, it will be I1, I5 to I2. And for last, it will be I2, I5 to I1. So you can see that these are the 6 rules which are possible for this 3 item pair I1, I2, I5. In next step, we have to calculate its confidence. So let's calculate their confidence. So here the rule is I1 to I2, I5. So it will be support of I1, I2, I5 divided by support of I1, which is 6, and its support is 2. So it will be 2 by 6, which is 0.3. So we got confidence as 0.3. For next, it will be support of these 3 divided by support of I2, which is 0.28. For next, it will be support of all 3 divided by support of I5, which is 1. So this is important. This rule qualify. Its value is more than the threshold value of 0.7. Here, for this, it will be support of all 3 divided by support of I1, I2. Its confidence is 0.5. For this, it will be support of all 3 divided by support of I1, I5. So here again we got a confidence value of 1. And for last rule, we also obtain a confidence value of 1. Out of all these 6 rules, you can see that these 3 rules qualify the threshold value of 70%. So we have obtained 3 association mining rules. First one is I5 to I1, I2. Second is I1, I5 to I2. And last one is I2, I5 to I1. So these are the 3 rules which are possible. Now from these 3 rules we can derive some more rules. So let us discuss that also. So here the first rule is I5 to I1, I2. From this rule there are 2 another possible rules, which is I5 to I1 and second is I5 to I2. So we have to check its confidence to check that whether these rules are qualified or not. So here we are checking confidence. It will be support of I5, I1 divided by support of I5. So actually this rule is implicit, because if we have this rule I5 to I1, I2, then it is implicit that this rule will also be qualified, because you can see that their denominator is same. So the frequency of I5 intersect I1 will be equal to or more than the frequency of this combination. So that's why this is implicit that this rule will also have a confidence value more than or equal to this particular rule. So here there is no need to calculate value of confidence because it is implicit. And same way, the another rule I5 to I2 is also implicit, because in this case the denominator is again same, and here we have intersect of I5 and I2, and its frequency will be more than or equal to this intersect. So if this rule qualifies, then it's natural that this rule will also qualify. So these 2 rules are implicit and can be derived automatically. So all 3 rules will have confidence value more than the threshold. These are the rules which have been created for this particular first rule. So let us consider now next rule, that is I2, I5 to I1. We have already selected this because its confidence is 1. Now there are 2 possibilities in this. One is I2 to I1 and another is I5 to I1. So we have to calculate its confidence because it is not implicit. So here we are calculating its confidence. So it will be support of I1, I2 divided by support of I2. Its confidence is 67%. Next possibility is I5 to I1. So you can see that we have already found this rule. So this will be already in the list, so there is no need to calculate it. So yes, we have already listed this. The another rule is I1, I5 to I2, so which we have already identified because it has a confidence value of 1. So there are two possibilities in this case. One is I1 to I2 and second is I5 to I2. So we have to calculate its confidence because it is not implicit. It will be support of I1, I2 divided by support of I1, which is 57%. So this rule has a confidence value of 57%, so it is not qualified. The last rule is I5 to I2, which we have already found in previous case. So this is already listed. Ultimately we have found these rules, which is I2, I5 to 1. This is the rule which we have already listed, I5 to I1. This is I1, I5, I2, and this is the rule I5 to I2. These are the rules which we have obtained from our L3. In this way we have identified all the rules from 3 item set pairs. Now it's also important to look back into L2 because some rules may be possible due to L2 which may not be covered under L3. In L3 we have identified these rules, but it's also important to go back and to see that whether all the possible rules of L2 are covered or not. So it's time to go back to L2 to check that whether all of these rules are covered or not. So here in L2 we have I1, I2. So its possible rule are I1 to I2 while I2 to I1. So all of these rules are already covered. So there is no new rule identified from this. Same way, next item pair is I1, I3. So these item pair has not already been covered, so we have to calculate its confidence. So here we are calculating the confidence of possible rules. One is I1 to I3 and second is I3 to I1, and the confidence of second rule is more than the threshold value. So we have identified a new rule I3 to I1 from this L2 list. Next item pair is I1, I5. So all of pair are already covered in previous 3 item pairs, so there is no need to calculate this and there is no new rule identified out of this. Next is I2, I3. This item pair has not already been covered, so we have to create its rule. One possible rule is I2 to I3 and second is I3 to I2, and this is their confidence. The confidence of I3 to I2 is more than threshold value, so this is the new rule which we have selected based on L2. Next item pair is I2 to I4. This item pair has not already been covered, so we have to create its rule. Two possible rules are I2 to I4 and another is I4 to I2. This is their confidence, which is less than the threshold value, so no new rule has been obtained. Last item pair is I2, I5. This item pair has already been covered. So ultimately, by considering L2, we have found two new rules. One is I3 to I1 and another is I3 to I2. So this is the whole list of all the rules which we have discussed so far. We have identified two new rules for L2. These are their rules, I3 to I1 and I3 to I2. While these are the rules which we have obtained from L3, and you can see that total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 rules which we have obtained, and these rules qualify the threshold value of support and confidence. This is all about this session, and I hope that through this discussion you have a fair idea how to find out association mining rules by applying a priori algorithm for any given dataset. To read more on this, you can refer my book Data Mining and Data Warehousing Principles and Practical Techniques. This book is published by Cambridge University Press and it is available at Amazon. This book is available in both Kindle as well as in paperback format. I hope that you have already subscribed to this YouTube channel. If not, please subscribe this channel. We have created multiple online courses over Udemy. These are Simplified Approach to DBMS, Simplified Approach to SQL, Mastering PLSQL, and Mastering Machine Learning. All these courses are available at Udemy platform, and you can join these courses to learn these concepts. I have also authored books on DBMS, NoSQL, Beginning with SQL and PLSQL for beginners. All these books are available at Amazon platform. To read more on this, you can refer my website prateekbhatia.com. Thanks for watching this video.